Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Edwin P. Laksandili Jr., and I am your presenter for today. So, our topics are about Executive number 335, series of 1988. So, what is Executive number 335? So, 1987 Constitution provides that the national language of the Philippines is Filipino. That as it evolves, it shall be further developed and enriched on the basis of existing Philippine and other languages, and that for purposes of communication and instruction, the official languages of the Philippines are Filipino and until otherwise provided by law, English. And the intensified use of Filipino language in all transactions, communications, and correspondence in government offices will hasten greater understanding and appreciation among the people of government, programs, projects, and activities throughout the country, thereby serving as an instrument of unity and peace for national progress. So this executive order was signed by former President Corazon C. Aquino in August 25, 1988. So this states that Filipino is our national or main language in national transaction. Imagine if we are having a meeting and some are using Bicolano and Bisaya. So the tendency is there is no unity because we don't understand each other. This order is served as a bridge for us to have a better communication and for us to have the unity. And by this unity arises a chance for the betterment and progress of our country. So, Corazon C. Aquino, President of the Philippines, do thereby enjoin all departments, bureaus, offices, agencies, instrumentalities of the government to undertake the following. The first one is take steps to enhance the use of Filipino in official communications, transactions, and correspondence in their respective offices, whether national or local. So in here, they will enhance the skills of Filipino in order for them to cope up in some changes, most especially if they are not fluent speakers of Filipino. The second one is assign one or more personnel as may be necessary in every office to take charge of all communications and correspondence written in Filipino. So they will assign personnel in every office in order to monitor and be in charge in the application of Filipino language in that office. The third one is translate into Filipino names of offices, buildings, public offices, and signboards of all offices, divisions, or instrumentalities, and if so desired, imprint below in smaller letters that English text. So, one example of this is the Central Bank of the Philippines, which is now known as Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. From English, it was translated into Filipino. So the fourth one is Philippinize the oath of office for government officials or personnel. So in here, we will translate oaths of new elected officers or officials from English to Tagalog as a compliance to Executive Order number 335. So the last one is make as part of the training programs for personal development in each office the proficiency in the use of Filipino in official communications and correspondence. So the Commission on the Filipino Language, or CFL, a government office in charge of the development and propagation of the national language under the office of the President, or also known as Republic Act number 7140, series of 1991, is instructed with the full and effective implementation of the objectives of the order. The CFL replaced the Institute Philippine Languages, year 1987 to 1991, which in turn replaced the former Institute of National Language, year 1937 to 1987. The CFL is also one of the cultural agencies attached to the Department of Education, Culture and Sports. So the Commission on the Filipino Language is the agency that was in charge of the implementation of this order. So to implement such objectives, the Institute of Philippine Languages is hereby ordered to formulate and implement programs and projects which include the first one, information campaign on the importance and necessity of Filipino as an effective instrument for national unity and progress. So they will create a campaign which addresses the importance of having Filipino as our national language in conferences and communication. Translation into Filipino of this executive order as well as government terms to be utilized as reference materials of all offices. And also, all this executive order will be translated into Filipino, including some governmental terms, and possibly they will have some Filipino translations on other executive orders. So from English executive order, they will translate it into Filipino. So now the fourth one is monitoring of the implementation of this order and submitting periodic progress report of implementation to the Office of the President of the Philippines through the Department of Education, Culture, and Sports. So they will also monitor the implementation of this program for them to find out if it is progressive or not. So the fifth one is taking into account other strategies for the full implementation of the objectives of this order. So they will also make some strategies or ways for them to ensure that the full implementation of this program. So the order does not prohibit the use of English in official communications and correspondence, for the Constitution provides that Filipino and English are the official languages of the country. However, the regional languages can be used as auxiliary languages in the regions and shall serve as auxiliary media of the instruction therein, but shall not replace Filipino and English. So they can also make use of English and also some dialect of ethnic groups, but Filipino shall remain as the main national language. So the second one is all government departments, bureaus, offices, agencies, and instrumentalities, government owned or controlled corporations included, are not only expected to take the necessary measures to promote the use of Filipino in their official transactions, communications, and correspondence, their respective offices and jurisdiction to accomplish the objectives of the order, but also to internalize such objectives. And officials and employees are expected to be proficient in Filipino through seminars, workshops, and other forms of training. So this order doesn't only talking about learning how to speak Filipino, but also promoting it and following the set objectives in order to assure its progress. So for the speedy and specified implementation of the order, the CFL has prepared and published the necessary materials, which include the first one is Patnubay sa Korespondensya in 1983 and 1987 editions. The second one is Alfabeto at Patnubay sa Spelling ng Wikang Filipino. The third one is Salin sa Filipino ng mga tanggapang pampamahalaan. The fourth one is mga katawagang pampamahalaan. Fifth, Diksyonaryo ng Wikang Filipino. And last is Manual sa Korespondensya Opisyal and several other publications. So as you have noticed, they are all written in Filipino. So this serves as our guides and basis in terms of Filipino language. Let us all value our national language because it is a symbol of our unity, identity, and most especially our rich cultural heritage. As Dr. Jose Rizal has said, Those who doesn't love their own language was worse than the smell of a stinky fish. So once again, I'm Edwin Lacson Dili Jr. reporting about Executive Order number 335, series of 1988. That's all, and I think. Thank you for listening.